Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to talk about the report from SNY's Ian Begley that the New York Knicks are interested and they're trying to bring back free agent center Mitchell Robinson to a multi-year contract. I really hope this happens. Mitchell Robinson is such a big piece to the foundation here for the New York Knicks. He's part of the young core. He's part of the big-time defensive anchor of the Tom Thibodeau defense, and I'm really hoping that the Knicks re-sign him. So I'm really happy to see this report that things are trending in that direction for the New York Knicks to re-sign Mitchell Robinson. Nothing's guaranteed. There are some teams out there that have a lot more cap space than the New York Knicks that can offer him a little more money. So it's going to be interesting to see what Mitchell Robinson does, what he decides, and what the New York Knicks decides, and if they can come together and make an agreement by free agency, and the New York Knicks will bring back Mitchell Robinson. I really hope. So in this video, I want to give you guys my thoughts of this report. Before we hop into it, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to Knicks Media, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Got a lot of Knicks content coming your way leading up to the NBA draft and, of course, the free agency market. And if you guys want to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, I'll greatly appreciate that. And if you want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at NYKnicks_media. Now, getting into the article posted by Ian Begley's SNY, I believe yesterday, the headline of this article says, Knicks should be comfortable matching any mid-level exception offer for Mitchell Robinson. Knicks decision makers had been in favor of re-signing Mitchell Robinson. So the good news is the New York Knicks are interested in bringing him back. Now, we did not know the Knicks' stance on this, a couple of months ago. We all assumed that there's going to be teams like the Detroit Pistons, other teams with a lot of cap space that are going to really just steal Mitchell Robinson away from us. But now it's good to hear that the Knicks are definitely doing what they can to re-sign Mitchell Robinson. I also heard Ian Begley speak about, actually on Knicks Fan TV, so shout out to CP. Ian Begley said that the Knicks actually send trainers to Mitchell Robinson in the offseason to work with him. So that tells you the interest level of the New York Knicks to bring back the big-time center in Mitchell Robinson. Now, the reason why this is really important to bring him back is because if we say hypothetically Mitchell Robinson walks and he's gone, and Mitchell Robinson's no longer on the New York Knicks, and we move on from him, what do we do at the center position? We're trying to trade Nerlens Noel. We have Jericho Sims, who's coming off a rookie season where he got a lot of playing time, but I think we all know that Jericho Sims is extremely raw, so it's not like I can say with confidence Jericho Sims could be a starting center in this league. I think he has a backup role. I'd be comfortable with Jericho Sims coming off the bench for us this year, but if Mitchell Robinson walks in free agency, then all of a sudden we have another glaring hole on this roster at the center position. So the New York Knicks have to do everything they can to bring back this man, and the projected contract that the Knicks are going to offer them is a 4-year deal, $44.5 million. I think if the Knicks can get this deal done, that will be so beneficial for both sides of Mitchell Robinson and the New York Knicks. If you guys remember, we drafted him in the second round. We developed him. He was so raw and so athletic to the point where he was like a raw piece of clay that we had the mold for the future. And now we're seeing Mitchell Robinson grown into his body. He's a real force in this league. And he was a big reason why the Knicks had a lot of success last year, especially on the offensive glass, man. He was a monster out there. This is his first season. I feel like we've seen a full, healthy Mitchell Robinson for an entire season of what he can do. He can protect the rim. He's a guy that can get his hands in the passing lanes and create some turnovers. He is a elite rim protector. He's also on the offensive end. He's a high flyer. You throw up the alley-oops. We all know that he's a lob threat. And he's also a guy, you feed the ball down low, he's going to dunk on you. And he's also a really big rebounder that really helped out the Knicks get second chance opportunities, which is so important for this Knicks team, that I feel like whenever Mitchell Robinson left the game last year, or even when he went to the bench, all of a sudden the Knicks were just not getting rebounds. They were not getting the defensive boards. They were not getting any second chance opportunities. So Mitchell Robinson, he's also only 24 years old, so it's not like he is past his prime. He's entering the prime of his career. So if we can ink him up to a 4-year contract and have him on the roster for the next 4 years, that will be so important to this Knicks team for the future, because having that anchor at that center position is so important for a Tom Thibodeau defense and the Tom Thibodeau system as a whole. So the New York Knicks have to do everything that they can to bring back Mitchell Robinson. The only thing that we have to look out for is a team, like I said, the Detroit Pistons or other teams that's going to offer Mitchell Robinson a little more money, and Mitchell Robinson could potentially want more money and go there. But I'm hoping that Mitch stays to his roots, stays loyal, and comes back to the New York Knicks on a projected contract of a $45 million deal for 4 years. I feel like that will be a great situation for both sides. Let me know your thoughts down below. Would you want the New York Knicks to re-sign Mitchell Robinson? Are you comfortable with the contract offer of that deal I just mentioned? This is good news that the Knicks are interested, so let's hope that this deal does get done sooner rather than later, because if I see Mitchell Robinson leaving, that'll be a big-time deal. But there's also other scenarios where they could do a sign and trade. Say if the Knicks and Mitchell Robinson do not come to an agreement, and unfortunately they're going to part ways, it would be smart for the Knicks to do a sign and trade where they can get something in return for Mitchell Robinson leaving the franchise. Worst case scenario is Mitchell Robinson leaves and the Knicks get nothing in return. The best case scenario is we sign Mitchell Robinson to a 4-year deal and he's inked up for the prime of his career of blocking shots, catching those Gotham alley-oops at the Garden, and doing all those fun things. If you guys know and you guys been watching my channel for a while, I got a deep connection with Mitchell Robinson. We're literally the same exact age. We were born on the same exact day. April 1st, 1998. Mitchell Robinson and I have the same birthday in the same year. So I've always had a connection with him. When we drafted him, I'm like, yo, Mitchell Robinson, please come back home. Stay with the New York Knicks. Knicks fans love you, and hopefully you are here for the next 4 years and beyond. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Like the video if you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's go Knicks. Peace out.